Hey guys, welcome back. So I am having like the worst filming day of my life right now. I cannot figure out my lighting. Everything looks different on every different device and I'm just not having it. It's one of those days where I'm just like, you know what? No. So it may look a little weird to you guys as well because I have like no makeup on. Like I basically am just wearing face makeup and some mascara and a lip because I'm going grocery shopping after this and ain't no way am I going out there to a grocery store with my children looking like little gremlin freaks with a full beat. Like that's just ridiculous. So it's not happening today. Today is just, it's not my day. But with the mood that I'm in, it is a great day to do a chat spat. So if you guys want to know what we're going to be talking about and how I feel about what we're going to be talking about, then just sit tight and we'll get right into it.
Every time we touch, your hands are colder, colder. There's no beating coming from your wooden chest.
So today I want to talk to you guys about shitty companies. Shitty companies. And for the most part, what I seem to be seeing is that these shitty companies are companies that people only know online. And let me just put a little bit of a disclaimer here just for the PC sensitive people. I am not, with any brand that I talk about in this video, I am not telling you that you have to be a sheeple, that you have to go and listen to everything that I'm saying, that you can't love this company, that you can't buy from them, that you can't make up your own mind. No. In any way would I would never say that. If I talk about any company and it's your favorite company, go for it. You know, all the power to you. I don't mind at all. You are an adult or hopefully at least have your own money and aren't using your parents and you can make that decision for yourself who you want to support. These are merely just my opinions and my feelings on what I've seen since I've been here in the community. So I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to start a war over I said this about your favorite company or so on and so on. We're just here for the discussion. Now really the brands that I want to talk about, the brands that come to mind when I'm thinking about some shitty companies, the first one being the most recent, and that is Z Palette. Z Palettes, they to me weren't known. They aren't known. I mean, if I go to anybody here in my town, anybody who doesn't know their hand from their ass when it comes to YouTube or social media, they don't know who Z Palette is, what Z Palette's for. You know, like they just don't know them. That is a brand that is mostly known by people who are most frequent flyers on social media and YouTube. So there's Z Palette and all their bullshit. There's Gerard Cosmetics, which I've made a video about before. You know, let's see who else is there. Lime Crime. I mean, there is a few brands on here that have done some crazy, just shocking, unprofessional shit. And it usually gets swept under the rug. You know, the companies usually just are like, huh, and eventually people just give in and forget about it and go on their way. And I really want to sit down and I want to talk about this because I saw the drama with Z Palette, I saw what they did, and I see a continuing pattern here with what happens with these shitty companies. Happens with shitty people too. It happens with shitty YouTubers. It happens with shitty celebrities. It happens with so many things, and I just don't understand. So let's start off with Z Palette. Z Palette, if you guys haven't heard, which I'm sure you have because there's videos going around everywhere, they went on to Trend Mood's Instagram page. This is as far as I know from my own research. And they started attacking people who didn't like the price point of their Depotter item that they came out with, which I believe was $85 for a hot plate. And they got, excuse me, they got very insulted that people said it was a hot plate. And they were like basically telling them, oh well, you live in a dorm, you're too poor for this anyway. You know, like they're bashing people for not being able to afford or thinking that an $85 plate is not affordable. And they said some really harsh things. And then they went on to ignore it. This is like PR 101. They went on to ignore it. And then they did something that not a lot of people have, or not a lot of shitty companies have done. And they said they weren't apologizing. They weren't apologizing, and this was their reason. Their reason was because they were attacked first. You guys didn't see what those customers or those people were saying about us on Trend Moods to have us respond that way. Well, that didn't get the response they wanted, so now they just recently issued a response, a very robotic, automated, we're sorry, we've grown. we're working on our social media reps. You know, like, we've grown from this. We're better. We're not that same company. We promise, because we're so sorry. And you know what? If they mean it and they do grow from it and they, you know, this never happens again, all the more power to them. But I really feel like overall, when it comes to Z Palette and Lime Crime and Gerard Cosmetics, these companies show their true colors right off the bat for you. Whether they apologize, whether they do it again, etc., etc., they still showed their true colors. And all the power is in the viewers. All the power is in the customers. And I really don't think that these companies should be allowed to get away with this shit. And I'm really just tired of it. I'm tired of people who make these companies, make these people, make these YouTubers what they are, getting away with being like, or they allow themselves to be shit on. Okay? I don't like seeing customers who make a company what they are being told, well, we don't care how you feel, by companies, and the customer's just like, okay, well, I like their product, so I'm just going to keep purchasing it anyway, okay? Or seeing a YouTuber who calls their fans or supporters ugly or hoes or any of these other kinds of names and words and tells them to fuck off regularly. Being a YouTuber has millions of supporters, die-hard supporters, and I'm just thinking, the people that still support these brands and still support these companies and these YouTubers, it just hasn't happened to you yet. And that's why you feel like, oh, it's not my business, it ain't happening to me. But wait until it does, okay? Because these companies and these people have thousands upon thousands of people supporting them. Okay, get in line. It'll happen to you. If they will do it to anybody who has an opposing opinion against their items or against their brand and their channel, it's gonna happen to you the one moment that you are not that sheeple. The one moment that you're not like, bleh, they're gonna just cut you off. You know, with Gerard Cosmetics, it got so out of control, so out of control. She called Karina Kaboom ugly. Manny, MUA, broadcasted it for the YouTube world to see, laughed about it, actually put her channel name and everything up on his social media and was telling people to go fucking pick on her and to laugh at her. And even Carly Bible came out and said, hey, you know what? Manny's bullied me too and I don't like it. And will you guess who came to Manny's defense? None other than Marlena from Makeup Geek. But Marlena had nothing to do when it came to Z Palette bullying their customers. She was not for that. But she was okay with defending Manny bullying another YouTuber and actually went against Carly Bible and tried to call her out for actually speaking out against bullying. But it gets even better because Marlena just put out a little post about how, well, if you don't want, you know, if you need another kind of magnetic palette, we have one. Anything for a buck, right, Marlena? You know, I keep an eye out on these brands, and there's a reason why I don't represent Makeup Geek. There's a reason why I won't touch Gerard Cosmetics. There's a reason why my Z palettes are no more. And that's basically mostly because of the fact that I can get them elsewhere with a mirror, the magnets, and a dual-sided brush for the same price. And they're more deep-setted, you know, so I can get better elsewhere, but also because I'm done supporting at all brands and YouTubers who are doing this shit. Now, I know that a lot of companies and YouTubers online are micro-managed, you know, like they're put under a microscope and they can't do anything. They cannot do anything, and I understand the frustration and how unfair that really is. But there's a line. There's a line that you can't cross being a YouTuber or being a company, and more so with a company, because you have to keep the professionalism there. No matter how you feel, you have to keep the professionalism there. With a YouTuber, you should maintain a sort of maturity, but you don't have to be professional if you don't want to. It's YouTube. But companies, they do. And then after the whole Marlena doing that with Gerard Cosmetics and everything, Gerard Cosmetics went on to behind the curtain try to blacklist Karina. She tried to blacklist me for sticking up for Karina. The owner of Gerard Cosmetics even went around emailing my personal YouTube friends, telling them not to associate with me. This really happens behind the scenes. And not once did Jen Gerard from Gerard Cosmetics ever issue an apology for what she did. Yet she's still being supported by all of these YouTubers and customers, and her business is still there. Is it as booming as it was? No. No, because a lot of bigger YouTubers woke up and didn't want to be associated with that shit. But a lot of people still push it. I still see YouTubers that I supported showing their PR on Snapchat and using their products and Get Ready With Me's and tutorials and pushing their code and all of this other stuff. And I'm just thinking, when is enough enough? When is this kind of shit going to be called out? You know, this is part of the problem with YouTube. This is a huge part of the problem, is the things that people are getting away with, and mostly companies. The things that company owners and company reps and company social media PR people are getting away with. And they're just taking your money and their fingers just flying. They don't care. They don't care about you individually. They don't care about your feelings. They care about the money that's in your wallet. That's what they care about. So if they're going to be that raw and that cold, why can't we? Why can't we as consumers demand more, demand better? Because it's our money that we're working hard to give to them. So we should be demanding a lot more respect, a lot better quality, a lot better consistency, for companies to stop telling us shit is limited edition when it's not. It's going to come out 3 times over and then become permanent. You know, this shit has got to stop, and people have got to stop allowing it to continue. You know, I've said this for well over a year now. You guys have all the power. If you were to stop supporting, engaging, liking, watching, you know, the things that these horrible YouTubers or these horrible companies did, stop purchasing their products, stop using them, stop showing them. If you actually did that, these companies would have to take action, or they'd have to just stop doing their business. There comes a point where you can boycott something, you can do a public uproar, and isn't social media good for that? I mean, you can't just let it go a couple of weeks and then be like, oh, okay, well, I'm done with this drama, it's a negativity. No, it's not. Because it's standing up for yourself and what you believe in and what you deserve as a consumer. When you only stand up for something that is completely wrong for a couple of weeks and then you just stop, and the company knows that if they just stay quiet, they'll get away with this horrible shit that they're doing. This falls for YouTubers as well. This is teaching them nothing. Nothing. This is teaching them nothing. This is teaching them it may be hard now, but it's going to be better in the future because people will just give the fuck up. So don't worry. We'll be okay. We're going over a bump right now, but we can go back to how we were before because it'll be fine in a few weeks. And that's exactly what's going on, you know. And I really feel like Z Palette may not deserve to, I totally think Gerard Cosmetics should be wiped off the fucking face of the earth. That's a horrible company, a horrible company. I don't care how great their products are. I don't care about any of that. I don't care. They are a horrible brand with a horrible brand owner. The amount of proof of the things that they did or she did was so horrible that every time I see somebody push their products or show their products, I'm instantly like, unfollow, unsubscribe, goodbye. Like, I can't. And I'm not like that with very many things, you guys. I'm not. But with that, no. No. I don't think the Z Palette deserves to be wiped off the face of the earth, but we as consumers deserve to be able to demand better. And I think that it kind of shows with the fact that at first they were like, no, we're not apologizing. And then when shit started really getting real, now all of a sudden you're getting an automated, you know, like bot response. And I don't think that people should be like, okay, well, they apologized. No. They are saving face because someone's lawyer said to do so they can keep taking your money. And it is something that I think is very thought processing, something that is very good for conversation. I want to know what you guys think about this. What do you guys think about these brands and how they're increasingly treating their consumers? You know, I really want to know how you guys feel about this, because it seems like now it's every few months some brand is doing these most outrageous things. Like, they're spitting in their consumers' face, they're stepping on their consumers right there for their consumers to see, and they're getting away with it. And I want to know, like, do you guys know of any other brands that are doing this? What do you guys think of this? You know, what do you think can happen to stop this from happening? What do you just overall think about what's going on with Z Palette, what went on with Gerard Cosmetics, what went on with Lime Crime? You know, all of these brands doing this stuff, and every single one of them are still alive and kicking, and some of them, like Lime Crime and Gerard Cosmetics, should not be. That should have been a distant name in the past, yet they are still kicking and they still have die-hard supporters. So yes, I want your guys' opinions as always about these brands, what you guys think about this issue. And it's not just brands, it's YouTubers. This kind of thing falls under so many categories in the YouTube community, in the social media community world. It's just a lot of horrible things that are just getting swept under the rug. And it's just for the sake of not being called negative or a bully when you're standing up for what you believe in and demanding better as a viewer, supporter, consumer. And I don't think that that's right. I think that's unfair, and I think that it's conditioning people to accept the bad behavior from companies and YouTubers and everything else. So I want your guys' opinions. Leave your comments down below in the comment section, and I will get back to you guys. I love responding to your guys' chat spat comments. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm heading out to go grocery shopping with 2 kids. Wish me luck.